because I couldn't just air dodge away from bad situations, whether in the air or off stage. I did notice if I tried air dodging onto the ground, I got a lot of landing lag. And if I air dodged in place, I still got a lot of lag. So you can't just avoid attacks with air dodge and expect not to get frame trap, because I feel like it's very easy to keep people in a bad spot after the air dodge. I did notice though, if I air dodged above stage and then I landed not long afterwards, I didn't have any lag, or maybe it was minimal. So I feel like the shot was getting like into a spot where I could air dodge, be right above the stage, fall during the air dodge lag, and then be completely fine. So that was cool. Another interesting thing I noticed is that most characters, aerials had almost no landing lag, but I also noticed shield stun was like non-existent. They hit someone's shield and they can act immediately. So I feel like this kind of like, I feel like that's connected. So like attacks in the air are supposed to be fast, so it's hard to whiff punish them maybe. But on shield, it might still be punishable with like out of shield options because there's almost no shield stun. I also know spot dodging felt basically untouched. What else? I could be wrong with this, but it felt like when you dashed and you jumped, you kept your dash momentum into your jump. But it could just be, you know, me being dumb. What else about the mechanics was there? I feel like a lot of characters still have grab throw combos, whatever. But yeah, I know a lot of people pointing out how Bowser doesn't have them, Mario down throw up to it doesn't work anymore. But they definitely felt like they were there. Characters like Megaman and Sonic and Ike definitely still had something. What else? In general, ground movement and air fall speed felt significantly faster across the board. I also noticed that some of the fastest characters like Little Mac and Sheik actually felt a little bit slower. So I'm not sure if there's like some sort of universal like they try to make all the characters about the same speed. But I thought that was very interesting. I'm not sure I mentioned this, but spot dodges basically felt untouched. So maybe spot dodging will be like the new defensive option to use. Oh, final thing I forgot to mention, I felt like shield drop took longer. Like in Smash 4 it's 7 frames, but it felt like it may have been like 10 or 11 frames in this game, meaning shielding might be more of a commitment in general, considering your roll is worse. I also noticed that it was hard to short hop, but that's because apparently it's 3-frame jump squat for all the characters, which might be changed. It feels like it's a placeholder, because it's weird like having Bowser have the same jump squat as Sheik. So I don't know, that felt very weird, made it hard to short hop. I also played on the Switch Pro Controller, which felt fine. They made us use a default layout, so I had to be tap jump on C-stick, or right analog stick with smash. The L button was grab, but not ZL, so that was kind of weird. But yeah, otherwise, it feels fine to play with the Switch Pro Controller, honestly. So that's pretty cool. And I guess let me get right into the individual characters now. So, I didn't play Mario, but we saw a lot of Mario. I noticed watching him that his up B is a kill move now. If you watch, like for example, if you watch, I think it was Zero versus Leffen, Pokemon Trainer versus Mario on the Nintendo Treehouse. Leffen was like 70 and like double jumped into the air with Ivysaur, and he was kind of high up near the blast zone. Mario up Bs and Leffen just died at like 70 before the first up B hit. It was crazy, and I just noticed a few times Mario up B someone, they would die like at percents that wouldn't kill in Smash 4. I also noticed Mario's up tilt had a lot more lag. I noticed his up smash is still the same speed, but it didn't seem to kill quite as early. People telling me Mario down throw up tilt doesn't work anymore. I'm sure he has some stuff. But otherwise, Mario basically look like the same playstyle. A lot of his animations look different. Like when he up Bs and he falls, he has like a more like noticeable falling animation from up B, and I thought that was really cool. And when he capes, he looks like a magician. It's like, here's a magic trick. Throws the cape. So I thought that was really nice. The little touches on all the characters are cool. I'm not sure how I feel about the smoke cloud. I feel like the smoke cloud is a bit distracting, and you can easily see someone's DI with it. But all the flares make the game look very pretty. When you grab someone, there's like a yellow hue around them, so you can know when they can't be grabbed again. I'm sure there's some sort of like hue to indicate like hit stun, honestly, because there's so many things. When you hit someone, there's like crazy effects. Like Smash 4 had good effects on hit. This game takes those like 10 notches higher, and there's still lightning. I don't really like the slow-mo effect when you kill someone, just because if they live, it's really awkward. Like, you're needling them with Sheik, and they didn't die from the needles. Well, you just slow-mode. And like you saw this in the invitation where I forget it was, but someone got hit like 3 or 4 times by slow-mo and didn't die. I think maybe like Bayo bullets. And it was very awkward to see. But yeah, DK. I actually haven't seen any DK gameplay. All I know is he apparently says Ding Dong, but I can't comment on him. Link is actually interesting, because the remote bomb is a really cool mechanic. it honestly feels like an amazing option because you can cover so many options with it by throwing it out. It's stage control, pressure, advantage state, can get out disadvantage state. The bomb takes a little bit of time to pull out, maybe more than the bomb in Smash 4, but it's so much better. But I noticed that if you look at the explosion, there's like two parts of it. There's like a smaller explosion inside of it, and I think that's where the hitbox is. Because there's like a giant blue explosion, but the hitbox is not that entire blue explosion, because that'd be massive. So I think the animation for the explosion is a little bit deceiving if you're not looking at the inner explosion. But yeah, the remote bomb is really cool. The explosion is really fast and lagless, so you can just do it and follow up into combos, pressure, whatever. Link got some new animations. His jab animation looks nicer. His up animation, I think, looks kind of ugly. It starts like behind him now. It doesn't hit in front of him, and it just looks weird. Up looks a little bit cooler. Not having a grab is interesting because the thing is, he still has the same animation where he like thrusts his arm forward as if he had the hook shot, but there's no hook shot there. He still has like the same down throw. His forward throw is basically the same. Up throw is similar. So like he still has the same throws and grab animation, but he doesn't actually have the tether grab. So it's very... Honestly, it looks awkward. I feel like it made Link worse because you also don't have the tether for recovery, so you rely on your up B now. And Link's up B is pretty predictable. You know, it looks like it has a bigger hitbox now. It definitely goes a little bit farther, but still, that was very interesting. I'm not sure he's going to be good, but I do know the remote bomb is going to be a fun tool for people to play with when he comes out. It's going to make the character play very differently. The boomerang not having wind is also going to change him up a little bit. Being able to pick up the arrows is also going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be more of like a gimmicky tool. Like you throw an arrow, you miss, you just run up and grab it, or someone's like respawning, you separate remote bomb somewhere, pick up an arrow, and then you could shoot two at once. And I think it's going to be a tool that has some use. Also, the fact that it's an item means you can like put it in front of someone, and if someone's like next to it, they can't press an A button without picking it up. It's like on the ground, they can't do like jabs or whatever. So it might be an interesting way to limit options. I think this character is going to be all about kind of limiting options in different ways, but I'm not sure if he's going to be great. It's just that different. Samus felt awful to me. I'll be quite frank here. She felt completely atrocious. I like Samus. I wish she was good in any game, but she like isn't. But yeah. So why do I think she felt awful? Because she had the same moves, right? Wrong. So her dash attack has a lot more knockback, hard to combo off of, might not even be comboable. Her up air had a lot more knockbacks, the same thing. Her up air had a lot more knockback, so it kills earlier probably. But yeah, she lost like three, like the two main tools of her don't combo anymore. It's like, oh, her grab looks basically the same. She still has grab combos. Her Zera has a more interesting, like a weird feel to it. It's like a whip, and when she like throws down, she lands. It kind of just hits the ground first, then gets pulled back to her. I thought it was a cool effect. I'm not sure if it's any significance on gameplay. Now, the biggest things I noticed that were the charge shot can be charged in the air, and you can jump out of it. And I know in the trailer they said it'd be laggy, but I noticed there wasn't very much lag. I could jump and do, you know, an attack or an air dodge or anything I wanted after the jump. So it didn't actually put me in a laggy situation. It just forced me to double jump. But yeah, so that's pretty cool, having the aerial charge. Also, the super missiles. I thought they was going to be lit, because the super missiles come out, there's like a little delay, and then they fly forward. But the thing is, there's a lot more delay on Samus when she shoots them. So like, if you look at Smash 4, she shoots the super missile, then she tries following up on it. But she can't because she's too slow. Same in this game, except there's more lag on the super missile and Samus. So that just felt awful to me. And I don't know, I didn't like how Samus felt. Kirby, I didn't get to play or see much Kirby. Apparently this character has combos that work at greater percents. Apparently up throw may not kill anymore, but still is like a knockback angle that sends them upwards. Maybe it's like more specifically like below Battlefield platform would kill. But yeah, apparently this character has more combos. And also apparently his aerials are just better. Like I mentioned, pretty much every character has less landing lag on the aerial, so I don't want to mention it too much. But with Kirby in particular, back air and forward air had like very little landing lag. Same with up air. They also had like less aerial lag in general. It seemed like Fair had a bit bigger of a hitbox. What else? Oh, and the character moves a lot faster. Like most characters move faster, so once again I don't want to comment on it. But I feel like in particular for Kirby, moving a lot faster on the ground in the air is a huge factor for him, because he was such a good character up close, and he could be the next Mario character. Like, you know, up close, amazing character. He has trouble getting in, but when he gets in, he bodies you. So yeah, Kirby can be very good. I didn't play Fox. I played against him, and basically feels like the same character, except some things are worse. Like it looked like jab could be blocked and forward smashed, which I don't think you could block it and like get just a regular forward smash with most of the cast on Fox. That's interesting. Up air doesn't really deal as much damage. Up tilt has a bit more lag. So, like, it's the same type of character. I know also there was the glitch where he couldn't side B through someone's shield, but apparently Sakurai said that was a glitch, or someone said that was a glitch from Nintendo. So that shouldn't be an issue in the full game. If that is, that's gonna stink for him a lot. But yeah, so people saying he's worse. He might be. People saying he's bad. He probably isn't. But they're probably not used to the character, like, you know, just not having it as amazing dash attack, up tilt, or up air, or jab. Pikachu, that nair is really good. That's like a bad Mewtwo nair, which is still an amazing tool. You can combo with it at low percents. It's going to cover a lot of options because it lingers. It's a really cool effect visually. And this character looks like he's the same thing, except with his neutral air just being ridiculous. And down air now spikes, apparently. So that's cool. I couldn't get it personally, but that's going to be a very nice tool for people being off stage. Maybe even sets up like on-stage combos when you like spike them on the ground, they get above you, and you get like a thunder or an up smash or an up air, or whatever it is. Also, up tilt had a bit more lag, but you can still combo with it. He still has a combo throw, and he still basically felt like the same character, just with a better nair, down air comboing, up tilt, not comboing, spiking, and up tilt just being laggier, which it was still punishable in in Smash 4. So, unless it actually ruins his combo game at like certain percents, I don't think it's gonna matter. You're gonna notice that most of the characters in the first row are the characters I didn't try out at all. So let's get into this. I didn't try them out at all. Apparently this up air got super neutered. That's gonna sink through. I did notice his neutral B had less lag though. In one of the videos, there was like 23 frames of cooldown on neutral B after like the explosion came out. So that's pretty cool. That might make it a decent option just to throw out to edgeguard people, limit options, force air dodges, whatever you want to do. So that's something that players should keep in mind. Otherwise, you know, his dash attack still looks really good. He looks like he has a grab game. Looks like so his back throw. You know, his forward smash still looks like a decent option, etc. I didn't really get to see his jabs or his tilts, so maybe those changed up. Now we got Bowser. Bowser is faster. I know I mentioned everyone's faster, but the thing with Bowser is when he dashes, I felt like the screen shakes even more than in Smash 4. It's like a really noticeable rumble on the screen, and like there's a very loud like sound with each step. And he just seems terrifying when he dashes at you. However, his grab zone combo. I got grabbed. We tried all his throws, and they all just sent you flying. Like, there's a good chance all his throws might be kill throws now in exchange for not being combo throws. I don't know how I feel about it, because I didn't see any benefits he got. I know it's down to, like, trips now at low percents, but, you know, he was Mr. Grab, the character. Him and DK were all about grabbing. Especially Bowser, though, so... Ugh. Feels horrifying. It looks horrifying, but may not be horrifying to play against. Ice Climbers. Ooh, Ices. These characters felt fun. We haven't seen them since Brawl. And oh my god. Their hitboxes are nice now. Like, they're not like sword range, but you definitely feel like you have a weapon in hand. Like the up air, the forward air, the neutral air, the back air, the tilts, the smashes. All of them have decent distance, especially considering how small the character is. So, yeah. What else? I noticed that when... What was it? Nana is the one in front or Popo? Popo's the one in front. So when Popo got hit, I noticed I can input something with Nana, like a Luma, and get like a smash or a tilt or an aerial or a B move. And even like when I was doing things like dashing off platforms, dashing around, rolling around, etc. I noticed there's a lot of ways I could desync the character and have Nana and Popo doing different things. So that was really cool. The character might be really good. They definitely had some throw combos going on. The Ice Block seemed really good as like a zoning tool. Blizzard still seems ridiculous. Up B seems like a great recovery. Like side B looks like it might even be a kill option at high percent. So definitely a good amount of knockback at the ending hit. So you might just be able to side B at someone, hit him away, and then like do whatever. And since it's lingers so long, it might be a great option to punish air dodges and just cover things in general. And that's the thing with this character. A lot of their hitboxes because of the nature of two characters, and it looks like Nana's always a little bit behind Popo. Maybe by like a few frames. So it looks like a lot of the attacks are going to linger and just be really good. This character actually felt amazing. Sheik. Sheik felt like Smash 4 Sheik, except her Foxtrot had a bit more lag on it. She couldn't just go Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. It was like Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Or I should say, like, she couldn't shield as fast out of it. But yeah, Nito's felt the same. She could still do Nito's Bouncing Fish. Bouncing Fish was definitely slower, but it's still a kill option. In fact, it might be more powerful. So maybe you can't do it as, like, an option to make someone like have to react to it because it might be too slow to go for raw, but it might still be a combo tool. Forward throw is still a combo tool. Her forward air is still completely busted, like actually just ridiculously busted. So that didn't change. What else? I can't really tell if her up B glitch where she can like teleport above the ledge and not be 2-framed exists. Oh, speaking of 2 frames, I noticed when I was watching Zero versus I forget whoever, Zero. I think Zero got 2 frames or 2 framed someone. So that's still a thing. Which is, it could be 1 frame, it could be 3 frame. We don't know what it is, but yeah, at least there's something there. Maybe even it's just that since ledge magnets are so much smaller, maybe ledge snap out of up B are also smaller, so it could be easier to edge guard people regardless to do that. And yeah, but I got distracted. So outside of Sheik, maybe also dashing a bit slower. Also the tilt at Bimmer and leg, so she can still combo with them, but she might not be able to combo as much. It may not be as good of a pressure tool, frame chop tool, whatever it is. So a little bit worse, but basically the same thing. So if you liked her in Smash 4, she's back. Zelda, everyone's talking about Zelda. Oh my God, Zelda. Oh my God. What they did to Zelda is amazing. So first of all, let me just talk about the bad. Her air game is still garbage. Her forward air and back air are still like hitting darts on a dartboard. Except the darts don't go anywhere. Her up air was a lot faster though. And that's like a nice, like, that might be a nice hitbox now. The down air is still like this small little kick with no like impact to it unless you get the spike on it. Nair is like no range, but you can still drag people down with Nair to like up smash or grab or whatever you want. Nair into imagination, I call it. But her ground game though, okay, up tilt's a lot faster. You could just spam that. Down tilt a little bit faster. Forward tilt, I don't notice any difference. Jab, it's like a multi-hit, like Ender. A multi-hit move that has like an Ender now, so you hit someone with jab, you just hold it out, get a good amount of damage. Decent range, looks like it might be fast. Her grab range looks a little bit bigger, but dang, I think she always had decent grab range. This could just be me. Her throw game is like the same. I did notice her back throw has a little bit more knockback. Not much. I noticed it's like a nice back throw, and that was probably exaggerating, but it definitely looks like a more viable kill option than it already was in Smash 4. Which I know it's still a viable kill option at some points, but like, it's nicer. Dash attack had more knockback, for sure. Once again, maybe not like a huge buff to it, but definitely a buff to the knockback. So that was pretty nice. But the biggest things are her special moves. Up B, basically the same, maybe has a bigger hitbox. If you look at the wind around her, it's like a lot bigger. But her neutral B, I noticed that watching Naira versus someone, I think it was Naira versus Cosmos, Naira neutral B'd in the air, he was just falling, and then he was able to drift to the right while neutral B'ing. So you might have mix-ups with movement during that. Maybe there was a bit less end lag. I think there was as well. Side B has a lot less end lag. You could do it in the air, explode it, and then immediately do something else. So that's going to be a really good tool on the ground in the air because it has such a little end lag. And then down B. I know there's always different charges to it. But the thing is, when you fully charge down B, which doesn't take that long anymore, surprisingly, it's like maybe a second and a half. It's like if you have good distance in neutral or someone's in the air or off stage, just they can't hit you, you could charge down B. It goes really far and has a massive hitbox. The Phantom also blocks projectiles and maybe even physical hits for Zelda. And while this is happening, Zelda could just go in. And if Zelda gets hit while the down B is out at any point, I believe it disappears. And if you hit the down B while it's charging, it disappears. But it's behind Zelda, so it's harder to hit it instead of it being like, starting in front of her. It definitely does look a good amount of damage and knockback. And just basically, she's going to be more of a zoning character that's able to press you really hard if she can set up those down Bs, which I think is fantastic. Zelda might be a really good character with all these ground move buffs and her special moves being buffed, and the universal changes to movement speed being better, helping her out, and her still having a grab game, and her aerial still doing a lot of power, knockback damage, whatever. And she also looks really nice now. Like, I don't like her Twilight Princess design exactly much, but her, what is this? A Link Between Worlds? I think that's the game. Yeah, whatever her new design is looks really, really, really adorable. Next up, Marth. Okay, so Marth is the same thing except, like, better. Like, the less aerial landing lag really helps him because he's able to just basically spam aerials really freely. His side B is completely different now. Before it was like a hit confirm Rekka, now it's you throw it out and you hit someone potentially. I notice there's a big destroy now. If you look at like the videos of side B, you'll notice like if someone like is hit by side B1, the rest of the hits don't look like they should hit, but they still do. So there's like those invisible like disjointed big hitboxes on side B. Of course, it comes out really fast, and I notice it's easier to tipper with. If you get one of the hits on it, there's a good chance as long as you know what you're doing, you get a tip hit for the final one. So that's really cool. It killed really early, so it died at like 60 with I think like Zelda, like near the ledge of the stage versus that. I don't know if Marth had rage. I think I DI'd that properly. But still, easy tippers, kills, character just feels the same. You don't get like jab forward smash. You only get jab 1-2. Maybe you can do like jab side B. Probably not though. But like, he's just a big sword character that is really fast and powerful. So yeah, Marth is gonna be a really good character. I see a lot of people who try to play Marth in the next game who liked Cloud in the last game. Ganondorf. He actually feels very similar to Smash 4 except just faster. You know, the Smashes honestly aesthetically are very different, but in terms of uses, the only one that seems different is up smash because it's like an Ike up smash instead of his current like upwards kick that has no cooldown on it. But yeah, so he's just Smash 4 Ganon, but a lot faster, which is gonna matter a lot. I think his up air like actually spikes now with the back hit of it. I think forward has like a nicer like lower angle for knockback, which is pretty cool. If you still has like dash attack into up air and like down throw dash attack. Oh, his down B is really fast, both in startup and cooldown. That move is just like, he down B's and you can't react to it. And then it does a good amount of damage and knockback, and you can act out of it really fast, and down B is going to be an issue. I feel like the side B tech timing is also a bit awkward, like when he grabs you and you have to try a tech. It seemed awkward to me to get, like the timing's different, but it's probably just me being bad. So yeah, he's going to be I think people who liked him are going to like him still. I think people who wanted to play him but didn't because he was bad will relook at him. So that's pretty nice. Mewtwo. Oh man, Mewtwo. If you played Mewtwo in the last game, you're going to be happy. The only thing they did to him, which really stinks, is side B just completely stops his air movement. Like, in the last game, you side B and it was like a triple jump. In this game, nope, you just don't side B in the air. It might have a bigger hitbox on it, for all I know. Maybe a combo tool, for all I know. But I do know... Well, I should say now it might be a combo tool, because obviously it wasn't in Smash 4. But yeah. Down tilt also has a worse angle for combos, so you have to be really close to get down tilt fair. So that's like, whatever. Nair might have a smaller hitbox as well. But honestly, the speed buff is crazy. He's zipping around. He might be like the fastest character in the game, honestly. He's still very light, that's for sure. His up air seems to do like a bit more damage, be a bit faster. Same with back air. Forward air is still a brutal move. Shadow Ball is still really good. And he can cancel his Shadow Ball with a jump like Samus can. And like Samus, there is no lag. So you can do like specials, aerials, air dodge, whatever you want out of that double jump. Like it's a normal double jump in the air. So that's crazy. His up smash is big now. I think if you like up smash below a battlefield platform, you'll cover the entire platform. I also noticed that with the Squirtle, who I'll get to later. But yeah, so he's really good. They changed some things about him. He may not be so focused around using Nair, down tilt, forward air, Shadow Ball. He may have to use a bit more like of his other aerials. His forward tilt also got a bit of a buff, I noticed, in terms of knockback and damage. Maybe even cooldown, but I couldn't tell for sure. And I didn't check out up tilt. I also didn't check out forward smash or down smash. Also, his down B has a really cool animation to it now. It's much more noticeable than his current down B. I really like Mewtwo in Smash 4, so I can see myself playing him in this new game, honestly. Like, him and Zelda so far are the characters I've talked about that I can definitely see myself playing in the next game. Also, Pit! So, Pit is like the same character as Smash 4, except everything hits harder and maybe faster and has better hitbox. Like, dash attack is like an overhead move now that kills. Up tilt apparently got faster. His up air, fair, back air, neutral, and down air all feel like they do more damage, knockback, and are faster. Especially fair. I noticed when I was trying to recover off stage, since you can't like air dodge over and over and you have to like kind of get to a ledge quickly off stage, I noticed I was fighting Pit. I was DIing fair in because I didn't want to die because I was being edge guarded. And he was able to do fair, and I couldn't air dodge between the fairs. They just kept comboing. So I couldn't do anything about being fair off stage because I didn't DI at all. I'll get knocked too far to recover, and I DI'd away. Same thing, and hell, he might still be a combo off it because he has better airspeed and ground speed now. And like I said, fair comes out faster and has a bigger hitbox, it looked like. So yeah, this character he just got all his numbers changed for the better. And he's gonna be like, he could be a problem. I think a lot of people are gonna try out Pit in the next game, that's for sure. After Pit, Snake. I actually did not try out Snake. I didn't like the way he felt in Brawl. And honestly, from what I've seen with Snake, he looks like the same thing except his tilts aren't disgustingly big anymore, which makes sense. Because in Brawl, the reason his tilts were so big was due to a glitch. Not even a glitch, but they used the Ganondorf model for him, and then they changed it like last minute to Ike without adjusting his hitboxes. So that's why they were so disjointed. But yeah, apparently you can't re-grab people off down throw because of the grab timer. I honestly hope they fix that just for Snake, because I feel like that was such a defining point of Snake, is down throw, regrab, tech reads and setups. But I don't know. He looks pretty good from what I've seen. Big, powerful aerials. You know, so is grenades. You can still hold a grenade. Shield him. If someone hits a grenade, they explode. So that's cool. And yeah, I think people like Snake and Brawl are gonna be happy with him. Ike is where I expect Cloud players to jump to. Ike is also where I expect anyone who likes sorties like Shulk, Marth, etc. to jump to. He is a monster. He still might not be like a top tier character, but like his arrows are so much better. They're all faster, more powerful, have much cooler animations. I noticed Forward Air has like this startup where he like has a sword above him and then he swings it out really quickly so you can't react to it as well. And it just feels like it has more force. Up air is completely different now. It's very fast, very powerful. Still kills. Neutral B when you charge it. Obviously, 3 projectiles in front of him are really nice. It can cover a lot of ledge options. Might be good at guarding a 2-framing tool. Might just be a good hard read tool even, because you can still go over it early. What else? Up B seemed the same. His ground move, all his ground moves seem pretty much the same. Maybe jab is a bigger hitbox above it so people don't fall out of jab, which honestly might hurt him because people tend to fall off jab and then re-fall into it if you just held it. But whatever. So yeah, his ground game isn't much different, but his aerial game makes me think of like Project M Ike. This really fast, powerful, overwhelming character that can just kill you in a second. So yeah, he's going to be a character everyone should try out. Pokemon Trainer. I personally didn't enjoy my time with them. I tried Ivysaur first. The thing is, I thought Ivysaur was going to be like a zone and campy character, but now I've seen a bit more gameplay of him. It looks like he has a really good grab game, so he might be like a pressure grab character who's pretty fast. Fair seems really nice. The side B is very underwhelming. The neutral B being bullet seed still kind of stinks, but it seems to drag people up. Like it has a big hitbox in front of him, so that might be a pretty decent hard read tool, pressure tool, and definitely a good juggling tool because it's just nice hitbox that lingers as decent damage. But yeah, so I didn't like the way he felt. I'm not sure if he is going to be that great. His dash attack's still very fast, and it really just comes down to if his grab game and dash attack game is good enough to carry him, because the rest of his stuff didn't feel that good. I didn't try Charizard out. From what I've seen, he looks like the same thing except just buffed in a lot of ways, number-wise, but can't say much. Squirtle! Squirtle's interesting. Squirtle might be one of the most mobile and hard-to-hit characters in the game, because he's tiny. When you're dashing with Squirtle, you're like at Kirby crouch height, pretty much. So it's crazy, and he has really good dash back and forth. His aerials are really fast. His airspeed in general is just crazy fast. They come out. His aerials have decent range. Actually, not really. They have low range. All stuff is very low range. Even his forward smash, his up smash, he shoots like water out. But considering how small he is, he doesn't actually go that shoot that far with the water. His side B is whatever. His neutral B is like a Mario Flood, so that's whatever. And I don't know. I think he's gonna be a really fun character if people want a fast, up-close character with decent combos off aerials. I'm not sure if he has grab combos. I think his back throw might be a kill option, which is an interesting change. But yeah, when I was watching Leffen play, I was like, this is like the character of people like Melee Fox, honestly. That's the way I put it. If you like Melee Fox for his up-close game, I think Squirtle is actually very similar in feel to that. Next up, Sonic. They completely neutered his spin dashes, but in exchange, his homing attack might be a bit better. It could even be worse, I don't know. But his buttons are just better overall. Like his ground buttons are nicer, his neutral air feels nicer, forward air feels nicer, and like everything except back, even back here, it seemed like it did more damage than knockback and felt nicer. So I don't know. This character is going to be, I think, very different. I think if you liked Sonic in the last few games, you won't necessarily like him in this new game. He might be more of a melee, like a brawler type character, like Mario or Pikachu or Squirtle. So yeah, but I can't really say too much about him because I didn't play him. I just was looking at a lot of gameplay because he looks so different. Villager is basically Smash 4 Villager, except his grab is a bit faster now. Less end lag, and it picks up items apparently. Like, if you liked him in the last game with the short hop aerials, being kind of annoying, really good in air up close, his jab being an obnoxious tool, it has a finisher now, setting up trees, the axe, the loys, if you like all that stuff, the RNG turnips, then he's still your character. And he's probably still going to be awful versus big swordies like Marth or Ike in this game. Megaman. Megaman also felt very similar. Back air is still really good. Down smash a bit less lag. Up smash is still whatever. Hard read tool. Forward smash felt a bit faster. So maybe you can use that more of like a mid-range zoning tool than you could in Smash 4. Because Smash 4 was like, you basically didn't forward smash. And it kind of sucked. His lemons went a little bit farther. His up tilt is like an actual like, sure you can now. And he goes a lot higher with it. I don't think there's a sweet spot higher up. But it definitely has like a weak hit higher up. He might even land like on the battlefield platform if you do it underneath it. He went so high up with up tilt, it was crazy. But yeah, once again, if you liked Megaman in the last game, you should probably like him in this game. I felt like his side B was a bit smaller and a bit faster. His down B also had some change to it where you can't like walk when you have it on you, but like the leaves don't disappear. So you can like land on top of someone with down B and like grab them, get like a lot of damage and shield pressure and all that stuff. So I don't know. But yeah, same thing as before. Little Mac. Definitely dashes a bit slower. Being able to do side B in the air and then do anything else, like I think it's like a Fox side B. You can do like side B and then double jump, aerials, air dodge, whatever you want. I don't think it puts you into any sort of fall. And that's amazing. Even if it's just side B and up B, that's amazing. Because that makes it a lot better for recovering, better for chasing people in the air, just better for everything. Neutral B, hitting higher up is really nice because now people can't platform camp you, which is crazy. And I feel like he got a small nerf to his ground speed in exchange for just that side B buff alone being amazing. I didn't check his aerials out. They might be buffed too. So yeah, Little Mac mains, you're going to be happy. People wanted to use Little Mac but didn't because his recovery, you know, has a reason to relook at him. Pac Man? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Pac Man though. This character got so much. His grab is faster now. He can punch the water as Hydra if he doesn't want to get pushed back. His fruit charge is a lot faster. His trampoline seems the same. I couldn't tell if his aerials or smashes had changed. But even then, it doesn't matter. Playing against Sinji and him just commenting on the character's fruit charge being faster, the Hydra being like more controllable, the grab being a lot better. I think there's some other things he found out. Maybe even the character's buttons were just faster. Honestly, I might try this character out in the next game. As much as I hate the fact that he took a spot from Tails' characters, because, you know, Tails' character's a Namco Bandai. You know, he seems crazy. He's going to be a crazy projectile setup character and going to be a lot better than Smash 4. So, yeah, people are going to have to relook at him. Ryu, though. Okay, so Ryu, I didn't get to play against or see. I mean, yeah, play against or play as. The fact that you can't cross him up because it always turns around and shield is insane. What else? See, you can't cross him up. He can still back air. He has to RAR back air you. So he has to have dashes. That's whatever. His Dukin's probably faster. And I can't really talk much about him, to be honest. He just seems really good because of that change where he always faces his opponent in 1v1, making it hard to cross up, and meaning he can always just like up tilt you. And he can also dash back and forth and still pressure you with nairs and fairs because he's still facing you while dashing. Now, Cloud is a butter knife. I know I keep mentioning this, but like his nair is much smaller. His up air doesn't hit like below him anymore. It doesn't hit people on the ground unless they're maybe tall characters get hit on the ground, like Charizard or Ganondorf. His back air seems a little bit smaller, a little bit weaker. His forward air, I couldn't tell. Down air still like auto cancels out with full up apparently. Cross slash definitely nerfed. I didn't get to see his other limit moves. His movement in general seems worse. Just the speed. Not being perfect pivot I think is a big deal for him because his perfect pivot was particularly great. Up air still seems great for juggling, but it might have been more lag. It didn't do as much damage on knockback. Like it wasn't killing people like 110, 120 in the air. So that's really nice. And limit cross slash just doesn't kill as much now. I think I mentioned that. He still gets limit at the same speed, but obviously losing limit after 15 seconds is going to be really awkward for him. So he's going to be forced to burn it a lot of times, or he can just run away from him for free. He still gets a lot of speed out of having limit, so you might just want to stock limit and just use that for its speed. And maybe with like Blade Beam more or something, because side B still does good damage, but doesn't kill at ridiculous percents now. And yeah, he just seems hella nerfed. Like, he might still be a good character. In fact, he probably still would be a good character, because big, powerful hitboxes are always a nice thing to have. But yeah. I don't know if it would Cloud. Corrin's side B got super neutered. Like, the kick doesn't go nearly as far, so it's easier to punish. And otherwise, the character basically seems the same. I mentioned down tilt might be laggier, but apparently it was minus 19 in Smash 4, so I'm just dumb. But yeah, otherwise the character feels exactly the same outside the side B nerf. So, I don't know. If you like Core in the last game, I guess you like her in this game. Unless you really liked her kick, in that case, you probably won't like her. Bayo. So, Bayo still ladders people. She still combos people really hard. Her back air is still absurd. She can probably still edge guard people really easily. And the main thing is, it seemed like her side Bs got the, if you hit someone's shield, you can't redo it in the air treatment. It seems like in general, one thing I noticed is her damage output seemed lower. Like side Bs seem like less damage. Up air, forward air, all this stuff seem like less damage. So she might not be as devastating with her combo game. Also, apparently, if you nair and you hold it, you have more landing lag. So that's going to be really nice, so she can't like trap people in the air for free anymore. But yeah, I think if you like Bayo in the last game, you're still going to like her, but I don't see people picking her up because it seems like she just got nerfs. Oh, the universal changes to air dodging off stage, or in general, is really going to affect her edge guarding game and might make her even more monstrous off stage. Like if she shoots guns and you're forced to air dodge, well, she can shoot guns, run off stage, nair you even easier than before. So that's going to be crazy hard to deal with. And yeah, next up, Inkling. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Inkling. This character is fun. Their dash movement is so good. She has such a good foxtrot. Her aerials are really fast. Her forward is like Diddy forward air. Same with her back air, except it has more range than like Diddy's back air. Her up air is just like a quick move. Her nair is very quick. Her down air seems not that great. It seems like the spec hitbox is hard to get. It seems like it's a small hitbox. And there's a good amount of landing lag. But whatever. I didn't see many people using her splat bombs for some reason. Those seem really good for pressure and stage control. They have a bit of startup on them, but like once you throw it out, you can follow up on the splat bomb really easily. You can hold it for like a little bit to make it go further, and like the charge on it to make it go farther is really fast. It's basically non-existent. Her neutral B, I noticed when I was fighting Shinji, I was blocking his projectiles with Inkling's neutral B, and like they'd like fly above Inkling. So I'm not sure if that's all projectiles or just Pac Man's being weird. But yeah, so neutral B might be an anti-projectile tool, along with being a decent tool that definitely has some sort of close-range pushback. Think like the Bayonetta, like held guns from down tilt or whatever. So that's pretty cool. Her ink charge is really fast. Like she doesn't have to worry about burning her ink too much on her side B and down B because she can get it back really easily. Speaking of side B, you could hit someone's shield with it and jump away. So it's gonna be a really good pressure tool because you can mix up by holding it and like going past someone through them. You can jump away from them and do like pressure options or retreating options. You know, if you hit someone with it, ground pounds them. So like at higher percents, you can do that into like an up smash. You can also just go back with it and hit him with the side B, like because they'll pop out by the time side B comes back to hit him if you turn around. When you ink the floor, people get slowed down, so that's really cool. And she charges ink even faster. Her smash doesn't seem like ever. Okay range, okay kill power. She might have trouble killing in general, but she might have a really good edge guard game with her back air and her forward air and her burst bombs. I think she might have a grab game. She might even have a kill throw for all I know, but she definitely has like up throw into up air at certain percents, maybe even down throw into like fair. So yeah, really great movement, great mid-range zoning. Not many projectiles. She's more of like a close to mid-range character. And I don't know, I feel like she's gonna be a really good character. But her lack of killing and her lack of like long range and the startup burst bombs being not splat bombs being pretty decent enough they can rush her down might hold her back. So who knows? But I really enjoyed her. And finally, I didn't get a chance to play against Ridley. But I don't know how I feel about Ridley, to be honest. When I see him, I feel like he doesn't have that much range, and I feel like his attacks are a little bit slow. But honestly, there was not enough gameplay footage of like good people playing him on like YouTube or anything to judge him. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed my time with Inkling, Zelda, Mewtwo, and Pit the most, and I'm going to try them out a lot more when the game comes out, and I think those will be really fun and good characters. And yeah, overall the game feels very different than Smash 4. It's not Smash 4.5, it's definitely Smash 5. The universal changes to movement, shield, landing lag on aerials, and just the character-specific changes are going to make this game very different. I'm excited to see how people play this game and who, you know, figures out the tech first.